Just gonna wait till TikTok does its thing and gets started. Hopefully people will start joining and then we can start. So I'm just waiting on a few people just jumping on. Hello. And then we can get started with some readings and card of the day. For anyone that's new, I can only read for 8 people on my live because I go into quite in-depth reading. So it takes some time. And I usually do a draw for that after the card of the day. I start off with a general card of the day, which hopefully will resonate with everyone on my live. For those that don't get picked for a reading tonight, I do have a readings list on my profile page. If you ask for a card on that post in the comment section, you'll find the readings list on my pinned post. I will add you to that list, and in my spare time I go through that list and do little mini readings on my profile and tag your name in those readings. Hello. Well, hopefully you'll get picked from the 8 names that I pick. Okay, so I'm going to be working with 2 decks of cards. For the general card of the day, I'm going to use my angel cards, just because I've been chosen to, or asked to use them by my guides. And for the 8 lucky people that will get drawn for a free reading, I'm going to use my Old Faithful cards. Hello, Anna. Hello. Okay. As I said, I do only do a reading for 8 people, and after the card of the day, I do a draw, which I'll explain after I've done the card of the day. And I just pick 8 names, and those 8 names will get a reading tonight. My next live reading after tonight will be on Wednesday, because I do my readings every second night. Tomorrow night I'm doing a guided meditation. Hello. I am doing well, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Okay, I will be doing a draw for readings for 8 people after I've done the card of the day, just for people that are jumping on. I'm doing really well. For those of you that don't know me, if I do miss comments, I do apologise. I am registered blind, so I don't have very much physical sight. Hello, Danny. Hello. But if I do miss any, my dear sister Danny has now joined us, and she's one of my moderators. She'll keep everybody right. But I do a card of the day, and then I do a draw for 8 people. And if you don't get a card tonight, you can go to my profile and ask for a mini reading there. Failing that, I'm back again on Wednesday night. Hello, Danny. How are you? Oh, I love the smiley faces, Samantha. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's get on with the card of the day first then, and then we'll do the draw for the 8 people. How does that sound? Let's shuffle these angel cards. for some reason, I have been chosen to do the angel cards tonight. So I haven't done the angel cards for a long time. So I dare say my ancestors have a message for everybody that happens to be on this live tonight from the angels. So let's have a look. Let's see what our ancestors have got to say tonight for everybody that has joined me live. Obviously, those who follow me will know when I'm live. Those who are new, if you follow me, you'll always get notifications when I'm live. And you'll learn a little bit more about me as well. Yay! Hello, hello. Oh, thank you, KJ. Do you know, I was just talking to Danny earlier on today, and I've not been on TikTok long, but it just amazes me when people jump in my DM box who are supposed to be readers. And I get who else has had this message? You get the message that usually starts off somewhere along the lines of, hi, I was looking through your profile and felt a strong connection to you and felt you needed a reading. Now, one, that irritates the bleeding living daylights out of me because, one, if they had looked through my profile, they would realise I was an elder crone witch. And as such, I do my own readings. So why would you jump in my DM box and ask if I need a reading? Go figure. So obviously, they hadn't seen my profile. They just hit follow and hope for the best. And then when you say, no, thank you, I'm a traditional witch, I do my own readings, or I prefer to do my own readings. Which kind of reading would you like? Love reading, harmony, happiness, joy. Then I usually write in big capital letters. No, thank you. Don't want reading. Then you get, I love you. Do you want a reading? No, thank you. 3 strikes and then they're off. And I'm like, do people not understand the word no nowadays? It's just, it's mind-boggling. Yeah, they are so annoying, aren't they, Kaz? You know, I've been doing readings for many years, mostly on Facebook. And in all of those years, I have never once had to jump in somebody's DM box or PM box and say, would you like a reading? I've been drawn to your energy. No, that is harassing people. And you know, at the end of the day, I come on every second night and I do my readings. And if people like my lives, they stay and we have a wonderful, positive evening with readings. If they don't like me, there's lots of other readers on TikTok. But the moral of the story is a good reader should never ever have to jump in somebody's DM box and poach for readers. They simply just have to show up and do readings. That's about the size of it. Hello. Hello, Ria. I'm good. Oh, Lisa, I'm so sorry to hear you've been struggling. So, my online readings are always for 8 people because I take my time with them, and they're always free. If people wish to leave gifts are always welcome. But I don't ask for gifts. That's entirely up to everybody else. But I give my online readings free. I also give my mini profile readings for free, even though it takes a little bit of my time. Because at the end of the day, they are only mini readings. And I know that if somebody needed something more than that, they would go to my website, which is on my bio, and they would book a full reading, which obviously isn't free because my full readings are an hour long. So that's an hour that is in my own time. I don't mind doing mini readings or doing live readings. I take time out of my day to do that because I want to genuinely help people. So every second night I come on and do little mini readings for 8 people. And then in between those nights, I do different topic ones. Last night's live, which you can see on my YouTube channel. The links to all of my social media are on my website. About natural skincare and why we should all go natural, because we're actually harming our skin and our health by not going natural. And then tomorrow evening, I'm doing a guided meditation where I don't just do a guided meditation for all of you people, but I teach you how to shut off the human brain and able to do that meditation and get results. Something that when I go onto YouTube myself and I look at other people's guided meditations, they don't teach that. And I just think that's so important to be able to teach how to meditate properly to get the best results. Not just say, okay, welcome to my guided meditation, let's go, right? Because people are not going to get the right results if they don't know how to start and end a meditation properly. Oh, thank you. People can shut their brain off. That's the thing. It's just a case of knowing how, and that's kind of the things that I teach people when I do my guided meditation. So I will be doing a healing guided meditation tomorrow evening at 10 p.m. UK time, round about this time, right here on TikTok for anyone that wants to try it. Also, all of my lives, including my meditation lives, all these readings lives, are on my Lady Moonlight YouTube channel. So you can watch all my previous lives and you'll know exactly how I work, what I do, and what I'm about. Danny's, I have a few moderators. Danny's one of them, and she does really wonderful because I don't see very well. I was born blind, got a little bit of sight, but not much. But my spiritual vision has been very acute all my life. So I've been dealing with and communicating with spirit all my life. I don't know anything else. Obviously, I don't work, so this is my thing. This is what I do to help other people. So yeah. Oh, no problem. Oh, hello, Annie. So, I also help run an organisation on here, or sort of a movement on here, called the Purple Hearts Unite. I've been through 50 years of bullying and spent 30 years in an abusive marriage, which almost ended my life, had my current partner not saved me from that marriage. So rather than see that as a negative, I actually wanted to help other people that are going through bullying and abuse. So when I joined TikTok about a month and a half ago, I decided to start a movement called the Purple Hearts Unite, where just leaving a purple heart on all of my posts on my TikTok will tell other abused women and children that that purple heart stands for a woman who will be there to support and help anyone going through abuse. So what I encourage other people to do, if you want to help other women and children who are going through abuse, when you post on your TikTok, place a purple heart in the top left-hand corner and put hashtag purple with a purple heart -s unite, Purple Hearts Unite. That lets people know they can come to you if they're being abused or bullied. And they can find a friend. Because when I went through 30 years of abuse, I was isolated from my family, from my friends. I had nobody to talk to, nobody to turn to. And I never, ever want anyone else to go through that, ever. I always want to spread the word that abuse will not be tolerated. The police, social services let women and children down all the time. I lost my 3 grandchildren because I was trying to help them from, save them from abuse, from my own daughter who became an abuser like her dad. And because I tried to help them, my daughter and my ex's family banned me from seeing my grandkids. But they know where I am, and I just pray that one day they will come and find their gran. Hopefully that they don't get harmed. Yes, social services know, the police know, and they did nothing. So all I can do is pray that they are safe. So, yeah, exactly. Exactly. And this is why I want to make some kind of a difference in the world. And the thing is, my grandchildren know that I do my videos on Lady Moonlight YouTube channel, and I know they watch that. So I know when I talk about this on my lives here, and that live gets shared onto the Lady Moonlight YouTube channel, my grandkids will see it, and they will know that their gran fought hammer, tooth and nail to still be able to see them. My oldest granddaughter moved in with her mother, who abused her sister when she was younger. And it was the worst mistake she ever did, because now her mum stopped her from seeing me as well. So I lost all 3 grandchildren. And that's hard. It pretty is much hard to realise that. But at the end of the day, my grandchildren are, well, one of them is old enough now, she's 18. I pray that one day she's strong enough to actually fight against the abuse that she is in. Huge family. Her mum and dad are part of a huge child abuse ring that the social services have been told by myself time and time again about, and they do nothing. So I wanted to make a difference. Police and social services let women and children down all the time. I do have a Facebook group, Purple Hearts Unite, and I will be telling my story on that group as well. It's a private group, it's a secret group. I do have the link to that group on my website here on TikTok. And all I ask, if you are joining that group to help and support abused women and children, please do not share any of the videos or post outside that group, because abused women and children are sharing their story. They're asking for help. and anyone sharing that detail out of that group could put them in potential danger from their abusers. So that's all I ask. But here on TikTok, if you want to start joining in with my movement, you'll see on my previous videos, I've always got a purple heart and a red heart on my left hand top corner. Purple heart is for the Purple Hearts Unite. And the red hearts are for the Red Hearts Club for support. So anyone that follows me and likes and comments on my videos, I will always go to theirs if I see theirs and like and comment as well, because we should all support each other. Thank you, Danny. Good evening, Stephen. Yep. I'm just catching up with everybody's comments. Give me 2 seconds, folks. It is. And you know, a lot of people are saying, you say to you all the time, don't they? Oh, I'm sorry you went through that. Do you know what? I'm not. And you might think I'm crazy saying I'm not sorry I went through that. Because at the end of the day, had I not gone through all of that and almost lost my life, not just once, but 3 times at the hands of my ex, I wouldn't be here to tell the tale. And how could I help other men, women, and children if I hadn't gone through that myself? You have to walk in somebody's shoes to actually know what they're going through and help them. And that's exactly why I wanted to start the Purple Hearts Unite. And anyone can take part in that. All you have to do is put a purple heart on the top left-hand corner of all of your TikTok posts, and then hashtag Purple Hearts Unite. And that lets people know that you support abuse and bullying. That's going to make a huge difference once people that are going through abuse click onto the fact that the Purple Heart means a safe place for them to go to and to talk to somebody. You know, as I said, I wish I had that when I was going through the abuse. I didn't. But now I can do something about that. And I can help other people that are going through abuse to find the help that they need. And also help them to realize they did nothing wrong. That's the abusers that make you feel you've done something wrong, right? And I hate these women and men that come on and say, well, you made your bed, lie in it. I'm sorry. But when you go into a relationship, no woman, man or child asks to be abused. Never. It should be a loving relationship. I just thank the gods every day that I found my forever partner who gave me the strength to move out, and he gave me his heart, he gave me his home, and I've been with him ever since. And I wouldn't change him for the world. We've been together 8 years, and he knows how important this work is for me. So that's a little bit about me. I do readings, I do healing. It's all on my website, everything that I do. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, let's do the card of the day, and then we will pick 8 names for a reading. Okay, and then my next reading is on Wednesday, because tomorrow night is meditation night for anyone that wants to learn how to meditate, how to shut off as well, and how to meditate properly. Um, and then of course, if you're not lucky enough to get picked tonight, I do have a readings list on my third pinned post. And if you just comment card please. Thank you for the roses, Holly. Okay, let's see what the card of the day is. If you get nervous, focus on service. This is exactly what I've just been talking about. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. So that's exactly what I did. You know, when I got out of abuse, it's like, how can I make a difference? How can I help other people that are going through abuse or who are going through bullying? And then the Purple Hearts Unite thought came to mind, and I started that. But this is a general card for everyone. So maybe you are thinking about making a difference, doing something that's going to make a difference to other people's lives. So when this card comes out, I always say, okay, look at the things that you can do and you can do well. Now, once you've decided what you can do and what you can do well, how can you use that skill to help other people? Maybe you can teach something. For example, if you're good at painting, maybe you could offer painting lessons. If you're good at readings, maybe you can teach readings or do reading for people. Or if you're a healer, do healing for people. There are so many ways to serve people. And you know, when you give love and you give something to others, you get it back threefold, no matter what it is that you do. It's the same as if you harm or go out of your way to hurt people. You may think you've got away with it today and tomorrow and the next day. But remember, the universe is always listening and the universe is always watching. And the universe is a great judge. And karma does exist. So remember, if you do good in this world, you'll get good back 3 times over. But if you do bad in the world, you'll get that back 3 times over too. So I always say choose carefully. And it's a lot of the reasons why I do a lot of my online readings free. I was born with this gift. I didn't pay for the gift. I didn't have any courses to teach me how to read cards. I just instinctively knew how to do it. I instinctively knew how to heal people with spiritual healing, and then wanted to increase that, so I did Reiki training. And I became a Reiki master stroke teacher. And I used all of that to help other people. I also used the experience of abuse to help those who are going through abuse. And that was my way of helping others. But what can you do to help others? Maybe you love animals. Maybe you can devote your life to helping animals that are going through abuse. We all have something, don't we? Hello, Kim. Lovely to see you. And hello, Stephen. Hello, Charlotte. Yeah. So, you know, whatever we are all good at something. We are all gifted at something. Maybe you're good at DIY. Maybe you can help people with that. Maybe you're good at music. Maybe you can help bring joy and laughter and happiness to people through your music. Whatever it is, when you start helping others, you help yourself in return, because there is nothing more rewarding than somebody coming and saying thank you for everything that you've done today because you've made a difference. You know, I sent, I'm going to tell you a true story before I do the draw. I make healing jewellery, and about a year and a half ago, a lady from America got in touch with me, and she said, I have a friend, and my friend is in a coma, and she's only a young mum, and they don't hold much hope for her surviving this coma. And this lady is leaving behind 3 young children, the youngest being 2, and her wonderful husband, who is preparing to lose his wife and the mother to his kids. And she sent me a message and saying, I can't pay for Reiki. I can't pay for your jewellery. But any help that you can give to this lady would be most appreciated. Well, I asked that lady for her address, and I sent a healing energy bracelet, filled it with healing energy for the lady. My friend then took it into the hospital and asked the nurses if they could place this bracelet on the lady's hand, because it had healing in it. And of course the nurses agreed. By the time she had reached, the bracelet had reached the woman, she says, I can't thank you enough. We've all been called to the lady's bedside. She has 24 hours to live. But she says, I'm still going to take the bracelet in. So over the next 24 hours, I was waiting for news on how this lady was doing. And I got a message from the friend who said, OMG, Lady Moonlight, I can't tell you. But the next morning, my friend opened her eyes for the first time. And the doctors don't know how. She was paralyzed, couldn't move at all. The only thing she could move was her eyes. So they asked her to blink for once for no and twice for yes. They asked if she could keep the bracelet on. Fast forward 6 weeks later. The lady was at home with her own family and children. She was learning to talk, and for the first time, she was able to move her hands and her arms. And she still wore that bracelet. It was only a simple bracelet with healing energy in it, but it meant so much to that family. And that's why I do what I do. When you get feedback like that from people that say, had you not sent that bracelet, it could have went so badly wrong. Oh, yeah, well, you can imagine how I felt on the other end of that message. I was just blown away. And I got a message from the dad, the children's dad, saying, I can't thank you enough. You gave my children their mum back. And that's something that is pretty much priceless. Just a simple bracelet. It was inexpensive for me to do. I made the bracelet myself, which I always do. I craft my own bracelets. I have very strong magnifiers so that I can see to bead my bracelets. And it's what I do. It's who I am. I can't do much physically with my vision, but I can do so much more with my healing and my readings, and that's who I am. So that's who Lady Moonlight is. So, okay, I'm going to shuffle these cards to get some energy in them. And while I'm shuffling them, I'm going to do a draw for 8 names to get a reading tonight. Because I can't see very well, and I have to look really, really close at the screen to see names, to make it fair on everyone, I ask everyone to start sharing emojis. So it could be happy faces, it could be hearts, it could be flowers, it could be unicorns, it could be heart, whatever emoji you want to share. Keep the emojis rolling up the screen, because I can see colors and emojis a lot clearer than I can the name. I then get drawn to what emoji I'm drawn to. Spirit draw me to an emoji, and from that emoji, of course, I see who's at the end of that emoji, and whoever's at the end of that emoji gets a reading. So I'm gonna choose 8 emojis. So keep them rolling as many times as you want up the screen. I'm just gonna get my little notebook. Now, anyone that doesn't get picked for tonight, I will be back on Wednesday night, or you can go along to my profile and ask for a card to go on my free readings list on there. And in my spare time, I do go through that list and do little mini readings on my profile. So good luck, everyone. Okay, let's start choosing these emojis. Oh, purple and white hearts. Holly, well done. Holly, you're the first one. Okay, so we're going to write Holly's name down here. So Holly is the first one. So we've got 7 more names to go. 7 more names. Okay, Blake AP. Well done, Blake AP. Okay, we've got 6 more to go. Okay, Big Linny. Well done, Big Linny. You are our 3rd name on the list. 5 more to go. Sarah Lou. Well done, Sarah Lou. Four more names to go, folks. Holly, you're more than welcome. Mandy Barney. Well done, Mandy. Three more names still left to go. Okay. Who have we got? Kenrix. Well done, Kenrix. Two more to go. We've got our Kim. Well done, Kim. Okay, last place going. Keep those emojis rolling up if you want the last place for tonight. Keep them going. Okay, Welshie. Well done, Welshie. Welshie is our last name for tonight's list. So the 8 people getting a reading this evening are Holly, Blake AP, Big Linny, Sarah Lou, Mandy Barney, Kenrix, Kim, and Welshie. Well done, everyone. So I'm going to shuffle these cards. Those that haven't been able to get a card tonight, I do have a free readings list on my profile that you can go to, or I'm back on Wednesday evening to choose another 8 names. So, and all of those readings are free. Thank you everyone for the gifts. You're all amazing. You're more than welcome. Okay, so let's start with Holly. Holly's first on the list. So let's shuffle my Old Faithful cards for Holly. Okay, whoops. Let's see what these cards have for everyone. It's lovely to see Danny back on tonight. Poor little soul has been not very well, so it's lovely to see Danny back. We have missed you, Danny. She's wonderful, honestly. She's the best. Alrighty, let's pick a card for our Holly. Oh, thank you. I've missed you too. Thank you everyone for the likes and the follows and the hearts and the gifts. You are all amazing. Thank you. Okay, Holly, you've got the Queen of Swords. Girl, to say that the past has been rough is probably an understatement, right? I feel you have gone through the wars and some. And there are times that you could have quite easily given up and almost at times hit rock bottom, which almost broke you. But the good thing is it didn't. Far from it. You actually picked yourself up, dusted yourself down, and kept going against all the odds. And that's not easy to do. Trust me, I've been there, done it, and worn the t-shirt. But when the Queen of Swords comes into your reading, it tells you that when things do get tough in the present or even in the future, look back on what you have absolutely survived. You didn't just survive it, you kicked its ass, basically, right? Where many women would have stumbled and gave up at the first hurdle, you kept going. Now, that makes you a darn queen and a darn warrior. And you might wonder how on earth you got through all of that. And it's because you've got hidden inner strength that not even you would have known that you've got. And although it seems unfair that you went through that, when the Queen comes into the fray, she's reminding you that there is a hidden reason why we go through what we do. It might seem unfair at the time. And we might look at other people's lives during that hardship and say, why me? Right? Why am I going through this shit and everybody else around me is having a better time and a better life than me, right? Oh, thank you, Mandy. Okay, so now what you need to do now is look how far you've come. And instead of seeing it as such a bad thing that you went through that, think about what you can do with that. If you went through that, and I feel that there was very few people, even the ones that you called friends once upon a time, are no longer friends, because when you needed them at that time, when you needed your friends at that particular time. They were nowhere to be seen. But woe betide, when they wanted something from Holly, they were around you like a swarm of bees to honey, right? But the minute Holly wanted or needed their help or needed their advice, they were nowhere to be seen. And that happens in life to good people like you, Holly, right? Because when you come from a good heart and come from a good place, you emit a bright auric light. And yes, good people see that light, but the energy drainers and the bad people also see that light too. And they want to dim that light. And they will go at you with all that they have to dim that light, which is what I feel happened with you in the past. But you survived all of that and lived to tell the tale. Take that experience and tell yourself in the present and the future, I am only going to surround myself with people that are there for me just as much as I am there for them. And anyone that's coming at me with negativity or just to stab me in the back or whatever else are gone. I'm going to cut them loose from my life. Sometimes our enemies can be family, and that's so hard as well. Because how can you turn your back on family, right? It's the hardest thing in the world. But my daughter abused her own children. I had no qualms about cutting my daughter off. I haven't seen my daughter in over 8 years. Do I miss my daughter? No. Because I can't condone the fact that she abused my grandchildren and also took a hand at banning my grandchildren from seeing me. I can't condone that. I brought my daughter into this world. I tried to bring her up decent, but her dad, my ex, groomed her and abused her when I was at work. I was working as a carer at that time because my vision wasn't as bad as it is now. I had to give up my job after I left abuse because I went through an operation that went really, really badly wrong with my eyes, and I lost a lot of my vision. But, you know, I use my experience to help others, and you can do the same. You can turn your life around. Be there for the people that went through or are going through the same as what you have gone through and what you have endured. They're looking for people with your light and with your experience to help them. You're in a great place to do that. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Holly, you're so much welcome. Holly, do you know what? Even if it's family that has let you down, you don't owe that. You don't. Anyone that hurts Holly doesn't deserve Holly. End of. Whether that's family, whether that's friend, it doesn't matter, right? Your self-worth is more important than somebody's self-harm to you. If their intention is to bring you down, then cut them loose and have no regrets. Wish them well in life, but carry on being you. Because when the Queen of Swords comes into your card reading, she's reminding you, you're a darn warrior and a darn queen. So it's time to stand in your own light and say, you bring trouble to my door, you're gone. Bye, Felicia, you're gone. I cut a hell of a lot of people out of my life when I left abuse. Do I regret it? No. No, not one little bit. Because when I cut them loose, I found my freedom, and most importantly, I found my self-love and self-worth. And I refused point blank to allow anyone else to take that away from me, ever again. And neither should you. So be the Queen of Swords. Stand up for Holly. Self-love is so important and is so needed right now. And yes, help others that need you. But if they don't return that help, cut them loose. And don't give it a second thought. And when you cut them loose, and you continue to be who Holly wants to be, and do what Holly wants to do, the right people will walk beside you, including me. And as for the ones that don't like the new Holly, that don't like the new strong queen, I call it the trash taking themselves out. Let them go. It doesn't matter. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, the right people will love you for who you are. Never try to be a people pleaser. Right? Because we're not made for everybody. And you know, I spent 30 years trying to please an ex-narcissist, an abuser. And nothing I did would make him happy, right? In fact, it made him even more controlling. So in the end, that was a lesson learned for me, that never again will I allow anyone to abuse my good heart and my goodwill. I will help anyone that needs help. But turn that against me, I will have no qualms but to cut you off and to cut ties. That's what I do. And that's what Holly needs to do now. You are amazing, girl, and never ever let anyone tell you differently. And those that do, just say bye, Felicia. Have a nice life. I'm going to carry on being me. Because you're worth it. So I feel that you needed to hear this today, which is why your energies stood out so loud and clear tonight. So I'm so glad I was able to give you that reading tonight, honey. Yes, you are a warrior. Yep, definitely. Do you know what, Holly? If you don't already have a deck of cards yourself, go on the internet, Google the Queen of Swords images, print off the Queen of Swords image and stick it on your fridge. And every time you self-doubt yourself, go to the fridge. She'll remind you, you're a darn queen and a darn warrior. Don't you dare give up. Because giving up is not in your nature. And my DM box is always open for a friend like yourself. Yeah, the Queen of Swords. Exactly. That's your warrior card. You're more than welcome. And I'm so glad you got the first card. I'm going to take a drink of my energy drink. I use natural supplements, so at night time is my time for drinking my collagen skincare. I don't mind because it's fruity. Okay. So, next one on the list is Blake AP. I love it when we get such positive readings right at the beginning, because it just kind of shows that, you know, when I do pick, when I'm drawn to the images, there's a reason for that as well. And I'm always drawn to the ones that I feel need to hear a message. From time to time, when I am shuffling the cards, I sometimes get spirit come in and shouting messages or names. And when that happens, I will shout out what the message is. Be for the person that I'm reading for, or the message may be for somebody that is already watching this live. So if I do shout out between the readings and anyone can take that message, then please let me know. Okay. Thank you for the roses, Holly. You're a star. Okay. So do we still have Blake AP in the room? Now, if anyone is on the readings list tonight and they have to go for whatever reason, this video does get shared to my Lady Moonlight YouTube channel, along with all the other lives that I've done in the past. You'll find the link to my YouTube channel on my bio here on TikTok. I've got a website with all my stuff on there. Oh, welcome, Blake. I'm glad you're still here. I'm excited to have you here. Do you know, every time I come live, I get my usual followers as well, obviously, but it's lovely meeting new people as well. I love helping people. It's kind of what I live for. It's my thing. I may not have physical vision, but my spiritual vision and my partner helps me in so many ways. The things that I can't do visually, my partner's wonderful. He kind of helps out where he can. I can't thank him enough. Plus, he saved my life as well. He's also on TikTok as Free Spirit Moon, if anyone wants to give him a little follow. He doesn't post much on there, but he supports me in everything that I do. So he's on my followings list, but his name's Free Spirit Moon. Okay, he's very modest. He keeps himself to himself, but he supports everything that I do. Bless him. Okay. Wow. Blake, you have got the sun. And again, the sun talks about things that have happened in the past. And I feel that there's been a lot of, a bit of a roller coaster ride with you in the past. You've had a few good times, but you've had a few rocky times as well, right? And I feel that there's been a lot of things in the past, growing up, as we all do from time to time, that we do that we're not proud of, right? And that could be for many reasons. It could be that we're drawn into things from our friends or whatever else. You know, kids are the worst, aren't they? I dare you to do this, and you just don't give it a second thought. You just do it. And we all make mistakes in life. But what this card is saying, you may have made a few mistakes in life or in the past. But that should be in the past, right? Learn from those mistakes, which I feel that you have, if that makes sense. Hi, Judy. Unfortunately, yeah. Oh, thank you, Blake. Hello, I'd love to pick extra cards, but I have picked my 8 names for tonight. But I do have a little mini readings list on my profile page. Failing that, I'm back again on Wednesday night doing another 8 names. So when the sun comes into your card, Blake, it's letting you know it's time to put the past where it belongs in the past. No more feeling guilty about the things or the mistakes that you've made in the past. You can't go back and change what's done. What's done is done. But if we learn from the mistakes that we make in life, then we can take it as a lesson learned, put the bad things behind us, and then move forward into the sunshine, into better days ahead. One thing that you're not very good at doing is listening to your own intuition, i.e., your own gut. If your intuition or your gut tells you not to do something, your head is saying, "Oh, come on, you daredevil, go, just do it anyway," right? Or if somebody tells you not to do something, you'll dig your heels in and you'll do it anyway. And often that has got you into deep water, right? Because you've kind of went against your gut instinct. Our intuition or our gut instinct is there for a reason. It's our homing system. It's our guiding system. It's our little Jiminy Cricket, our conscience, right? So when we go against it, you betcha things are going to go wrong. But even though it's a bit of a party pooper going against your intuition when it's something that your head is saying, "Oh, come on, this sounds like a lot of fun. Let's just do it anyway." It's a party pooper for a reason, and it's most likely a party pooper to keep you safe and to keep you out of trouble, if that makes sense. Yep, exactly. So when this card is coming out, it's saying yes, your intuition may be a party pooper to what your brain wants to do or what your head wants to do, right? Because at the end of the day, it's more exciting to do the dangerous, daring things than it is to be a little bit on the wary side. But what the sun is saying, if you start getting in tune with your intuition and let your intuition take over the human brain side of you, then you're going to get into less hot water. And most likely, even though it might sound like a party pooper going with the safe option, i.e., your intuition, ultimately, in the end, when you follow your intuition, even though it goes against all your friends and what your friends are doing, and you see that your friends are getting into deep water and you've actually escaped that deep water for once, then that's when you have the opportunity to say, "See, I didn't follow your lead this time, I followed my intuition." And you can actually teach others to do the same rather than following. We can choose in our lives what we want to be. Do we want to be a follower or do we want to be a leader and lead by example? And I feel that when the sun's come into your card, it's saying a lot of the time in the past you were the follower. You made everyone else, or you let everyone else take the decision as to which way to go and what was right and what was wrong. It's time to reverse that. And it's time for you to lead. And if the ones that you followed in the past don't want to follow you in return because you've chosen to take the lead, guess what? They weren't meant to be in your pack anyway. And the ones that were meant to be in your pack, they'll be more than happy to follow you. And you can start your own tribe. So I feel this is something that you needed to hear right now. Oh, no, no problem. Oh, I am so glad you've come out the other end. Yes, yes, Blake, you are a natural leader. And I'm so glad that you said that, not me, right? Because this is exactly what the sun is trying to say to you. It's time to shine your light. And it's time to be the Pied Piper that is going to help other people out of hot water. And you can do that because you've got a natural instinct to be in control. And this time, the tables are turning. In the past, you were the follower. Now in the present, going into the future, it's time for you to be the leader and to help others too. And you know what? You're going to smash it. I'm so glad you got this reading tonight because I feel you needed it. And you deserve this one. Time to make a brighter future for you. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. That's what I love doing. If I can make somebody's day and bring a little bit of positivity and motivation to their day, then my job's done and I go away happy. Okay, so we're on to our third reading now, which is our Big Linny. Do we have Big Linny? Oh, you're welcome, Blake. Hello, Lynn Fox. Yay, Big Linny's here. Okay, let's shuffle these cards and get the energy flowing for Big Linny. Beautiful messages and so uplifting. Thank you to my guides for helping me pick the cards for you all. They have never let me down yet. I am always surrounded by powerful spirits that help me throughout life, and I can't thank them enough. Okay. Thank you for the roses, Blake. You're so kind. Okay, let's shuffle these cards for our Big Linny. As I said, I always do my readings free of charge and never ask for anything in return for them. So those that do leave gifts, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see what we have for Big Linny. And of course, all the likes are appreciated, all the follows and the shares. You are all awesome. You know, I was doing readings for years on Facebook until Facebook kind of went down the toilet a little bit. It's not the same. All the years that I was on Facebook, I ended up cutting down my friends list to about 200 friends. Here on TikTok, I've now got like over 4,000 followers, which kind of blows my mind. I have never had 4,000 followers in any social media platform that I've worked on. So I want to take this opportunity just now while I'm doing lives to thank everyone who has followed, liked and shared my stuff. I do appreciate it. Okay, Big Linny. Oh, we've got another queen in the house, folks. Hello, Jasmine. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you so much. Okay, Big Linny, Queen of Cups. the Queen of Emotions, all right? Girl, what can I say? On the outside, you wear a smile and you don't allow anyone in. You keep your emotions pretty much to yourself. And I feel that's because in the past you have been hurt or betrayed by others. And when that happens, sometimes we go from being outspoken and, trusting to suddenly becoming a little bit of what we might call a recluse. We go into ourselves, but we also put a barrier up. And on the outside it's a two-way barrier. On the outside, it's like, I'm Big Linny and I'm all right. Nothing's worrying me. Nothing's bothering me. I've got this. I'm all right. But inside, behind that exterior, there is a soul with a good heart. And that heart has been broken so many times. And you've built this big, huge barrier to protect you from hurt. I don't know if that makes sense for you, but I see a lot of hurt in the past, but you're trying to shield yourself from the world as far as that hurt goes. It's like, I'm putting my barriers up and I'm not letting anyone in, if that makes sense. Okay, trust is a big thing with you because of this, right? You found it really, really difficult to trust. Because every time in the past that you have put your trust in other people, they have betrayed your trust. And that has left a lot of emotional scars. But it hasn't destroyed you. You've just built up those walls so that no one else can hurt you again. But the Queen of Emotions also lets you know as well that though it's good to build up barriers and to protect yourself from being hurt again, don't build them so high that you can't allow love from others in. Because ultimately, there may not be as many people who are kind-hearted and loving as you are. And most want to, as you said, destroy or hurt you. But there are good people out there. There are good people that will want to be a part of Big Linny's life and who want to love you for who you are, regardless of the scars that you've gone through. And if you keep all of these barriers solid, they can't break that barrier down and they can't show you love in return. And I feel that you have got a lot of people around you that want to give you that love and support. But these barriers are well and truly boarded up tight. So keep your barriers to a certain degree. That's okay to do that. But the best way, your best barrier against people hurting you is your intuition. I always teach people, a lot of people will say, I don't know how to tell somebody who is genuine and wants to help against other people that come as friends and then they betray. There is one good way that you can tell if somebody comes into your life for a good reason or to break your walls down. The eyes are the mirror to everybody's soul. You cannot hide the truth from the eyes. So when you meet new friends or whatever, if you look that person in the eye and they are more than comfortable to look you back and give you eye contact back, chances are they're genuine in wanting your friendship. But if somebody is coming into your life to betray or to hurt you, they will not, no matter how much they try, be able to look you in the eye. They'll maybe talk to you with their head down or their head slightly to the side. Or they maybe just think, yeah, I know, Lynn, yeah, I know, But they won't give you eye contact. That's the ones you watch. That's the ones that you need to keep your barriers up with. But the ones that have no qualms about looking you in the eye. I had a lady once asked one of my neighbours if she could meet me because she heard so lot about me. And I gave this lady eye contact right from the get-go. And she said, "Oh, you scare me. Oh, I don't like the way you look at me. You scare me." She did everything but give me eye contact. And I knew that this person was gunning for me, right? She was a friend of one of my enemies. And she knew me, but she made out to my neighbour that she didn't know me. And she was on a mission. But because she never gave me eye contact, I saw right through her. And I told my neighbour, "I'm sorry, but I have to leave." And I left. So you know how to tell somebody who is genuine to somebody who isn't. Somebody who isn't genuine will not give you constant eye contact when you're talking to them. They will give you the opposite. Yep, exactly. Yeah, and that's what we do. We cut off everyone else. And in turn, the people that want to love Big Lenny can't because they can't break down your barriers. And who loses out? You do. And I feel that in future relationships and stuff, it's like if somebody comes and wants to get to know you because they genuinely want to get to know you as you, they can't break down that barrier because you're protecting yourself from the hurt. And ultimately, yeah, it's Big Lenny that gets messed up. It's not the other person, because the other person thinks, well, I do love Big Lenny so much and I want to be a part of her life and I know she's got a good side, but she's not letting me in. I can't win here. And sometimes our barriers can actually be our prisoners. So it's learning to, yes, to a certain degree, keep your barriers up, but also don't allow love in. Don't allow love not to come in as well. All right? Listen to your intuition. Your intuition will tell you if that person's good or whether that person's bad. And simply just by looking at when you look in somebody's eyes, your intuition is turned on. And your intuition will tell you, oh, I don't like the look of that person. I just don't like the look of that person. So don't go near that person. Or your intuition can say, do you know what? There's a good soul there. Let that soul in. No problem, Holly. You're more than welcome. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Carrie. Oh, you're more than welcome. Well, it's time for you, right? You deserve to be loved just as much as anyone else does. But putting all those barriers up is not going to allow that to happen. You need to, yes, keep your guard. Trust your intuition, trust your gut. You will know just by listening to your intuition if somebody is going to do you a good turn or whether somebody isn't going to do you a good turn. Don't shut them out. Okay? And if you're not sure, just watch from a distance for a while and get to know that person fully first before you put the barriers down. But don't shut out the good people. Yes, by all means, shut out the users and the abusers, but don't shut out the ones that genuinely do care for Lynn. So I'm glad you got this card because I feel that you needed to hear that today. It's your turn to shine. And it's okay putting a big front up and building those barriers. But building barriers to keep the world out can also be barriers to keep you in. And those barriers can end up being your prison. Don't allow that to happen. All right? Keep your barriers up for those that deserve those barriers. But for the ones that come to you with genuine friendship, with genuine love, etc., let that in. Because you deserve that. You've been through enough in life. It's your turn. Oh, you're more than welcome. Well, good luck for the future. You're going to be fine. Just break a few of those bricks down a little bit. And I'm so glad you got that reading. Okay, we're on to our fourth one, which is our Sarah Lou. Do we have Sarah Lou still with us? Our lovely Sarah Lou. What a beautiful name. I'm just going to shuffle these cards and get some energy flowing into them. Like to give them a good old mix. Hello, Sarah Lou. I feel this is your first time on my live because I don't recognize the name. And if it is, welcome. And I'm so glad you got picked out of the 8. Thank you so much for the roses, everyone. And Sarah Lou, thank you so much for the rose. Okay, let's shuffle these cards for you, my love, and see what message Spirit have for you. I'm so glad that people are able to resonate with their readings. Hello from Belgium. Oh, you're more than welcome. Lovely to see somebody from Belgium. This is what I love about TikTok. You get so many people from all different countries and all over the world, and I love that. Love meeting people from new countries. For those that are just joining me, the readings list is closed for tonight. I only pick 8 people to read for. I am back on Wednesday night with more readings for 8 people. I do have a mini readings list on my profile page here on TikTok. If you put your name down for a card on there. In my spare time, I do little mini 1 minute readings for you on my profile. Failing that, I am back on Wednesday evening. Tomorrow evening is not a readings night, folks. It is a meditation night. I'll be coming on to do a guided meditation for anyone that would like a healing meditation session. Okay. Oh, lovely. Well, it's nice to have you here, all the way from Belgium. Oh, and we've got somebody from Ireland as well. Hello, Ireland as well. Wow. Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say for Sarah Lou. Now, for anyone that does miss these card readings, I do share my live onto my Lady Moonlight YouTube channel, because I know that my 8 readings can take time to do, and some people have to go. If you are on my list and you have to go, don't worry. I still pick your card for you, and you can get your reading on the Lady Moonlight channel. Okay. I also share it to my Facebook group, The Spiritual World of the Mystic Witch. All my social media links are on my website, on my TikTok. Okay. We have more cups. Yay, Gemma became top viewer. Well done, Gemma. Oh, and we have somebody from Wales as well. So we've got Wales, Belgium, Ireland. And I'm from Scotland. Yay, lovely. Okay. Sarah Lou, you've got the Ace of Cups. Again, aces always represents endings and beginnings of things. And in your case, your past has been filled with different emotions. You've been through so much in the past. You've had people that you've lost in spirit. You've also had a lot of heartbreak. You've had a lot of hurt and emotions. In between that, of course, you've had a few good days as well. But when the Ace of Cups comes into a reading, the Ace is letting you know that it's time to shut the door on the past. There's no point in dwelling about what's been and gone, even though it has hurt us or it has left scars. Sometimes the best way to heal from the past is to confront the past. The things that the hurt that keeps coming up and that keeps coming back, write it down in a book. And when that book is full, burn the pages. Or if the page is full, burn the page. And then every time the bad things keep coming up, write them down, burn them, and cast them to the wind. And eventually what happens is, because you're taking all of that past hurt from here onto paper and you're burning it, it gets further and further away until one day you realize you haven't even gave it the thought. So that's one way to shut the door on the past and move forward into a better future. Learn the lessons from the past. You already know the things that will hurt you. So use that as a learning curve for the present and into the future. When we cut out all negative things, and that means that negative people as well, and our own negative thoughts, because sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. We can put doubt on our own selves and stop ourselves from succeeding, because other people may tell you you're not worth it, you're not good enough. But ultimately, we shouldn't listen to other people's judgments of us. We should realize that we are good enough. We are worthy of being loved. We are worthy of abundance. We are worthy of success. And we can do whatever we want to do in life, and we should be answerable to nobody. Because at the end of the day, being Sarah Lou, not somebody else, is going to make Sarah Lou happy. And if it doesn't make other people around Sarah happy, they weren't meant to be in Sarah's tribe in the first place. But when other true friends and family see a happier, more confident Sarah Lou, they will want to be part of your sunshine. They will want to be part of that positivity. Remember, what we put out, we get back in. So if we're giving ourselves negative thoughts and actions, we're going to get negative back. But if we give ourselves positive thoughts and we say, you know what, other people's opinions, I don't care. I'm going to do what I need to do for me. I'm going to do some self-love and positive affirmations every day for me. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, thank you, Kim. Hello, Sophia. Oh, we have South Africa as well. We've got people from all over the world tonight. Oh, it's Kim's birthday. Happy birthday, Kim. Good night, Linny, and thank you. Okay, so Sarah Lou, back to your card. It's time for you to start being you, right? And those that don't like the new emerging Sarah Lou, let them go. They'll find their own tribe. And you'll find that when you start being you and you do the things that you need to do for you, right? That's when the world changes. The ones that were only using you or wanted you to do things their way, not your way, and you were the one left in the cold, feeling unhappy and just not yourself, they were never true friends in the first place. So it's okay to let them go. The ones that stay behind, the ones that are saying, wow, look at her go. She is shining. When I left 30 years of abuse and I went with my wonderful partner, and I'd been with him for 8 years, my world changed hugely. And I found myself back to me. Not back to somebody that used me as a doormat 24/7, but somebody that wanted to be around me, somebody that wanted to be with me, for me. And that's what you've got to find as well for you, Sarah. Being a people pleaser and trying to please the whole world and leaving Sarah to last is no good. You need to find your way back to you. Do what makes you happy. And if it makes other people unhappy or nervous or they try and change that, then walk away, cut them loose. Because ultimately the right people will like who you are. It's time to shine your beautiful colours. You've got so much to offer. And you have so many dreams and plans and goals that you have put on the back burner for others. No more putting them on the back burner. make those plans, dreams, and goals work for you. You've got this. And I, for one, believe in you. Oh, thank you. Yes, it is time to put yourself first. That's exactly what the message of this card. Oh, thank you. If Sophie puts her name down on my profile list, on my that I've got on my profile, it's the third pinned post. I can do a little mini readings for Sophie on there in my spare time, or I'm back again on Wednesday. But yes, Sarah Lou, it's time to put yourself first. Close the door on the past, right? The past was full of unhappy emotions, losses, frustration, people using you. Close that door and replace it with positive, happy emotions that make Sarah happy. Because when Sarah's happy, the ones that like to see Sarah happy are the ones that will stay with her. The ones that don't like to see Sarah happy will walk out the door and let them go. I always call it, as I said earlier on in somebody else's reading, I call it the trash taking themselves out, right? Or the not so true friends taking themselves out. And that's what happens when you actually find yourself back to you, find your way back to you, who you are. Often, when we are people pleasers, we lose ourselves in all of that. And the more we please people, the less happy we are, and we end up losing ourselves. We end up practically losing our own identity, and we don't know who we are anymore. But then there comes a realization in our lives where we get away from all the users and the abusers, and we do what's right for us, first and foremost, right? It's self-love. And self-love, when you work from self-love, is the most powerful thing on this universe. Because nothing can touch that. Nothing can break that. Nothing can break self-love. So it's time for you. So I hope this brings you a lot of positivity that you need. Start from tomorrow. Tomorrow is day one of Sarah Lou. Reborn, right? Make plans, work towards your own dreams and goals, and do what's right for you. And to hell with everybody else. Because when you start doing the things that are right for you, the right people that love you for who you are and your decisions and your dreams and your goals will follow you. And as for the rest, they don't count anyway. So what's the point in worrying about them? Life's too short. Don't waste another minute on people that don't deserve your love, friendship, and support. I hope that really does inspire you today to be yourself. I know what it's like to put yourself last. I did it for 50 years. And I've been 8 years with my current partner, and he has broken down my walls, I guess, and allowed me to be who I am. When I was with my abusive ex for 30 years, he put self-doubt in everything I did. Told me my readings were rubbish, told me my healing didn't work, told me that I was too fat, too thin, too ugly, too this, too that. And when somebody says it enough times, you believe it. Until such time as you hit rock bottom. and something happens in your life that puts you on the right path. In my case, I found my soulmate. We found out that we lived past lives together. And I knew he was the one the minute that I set eyes on him, and vice versa. And we've been together for 8 happy years. And I've never looked back. Yes, I've made some sacrifices along the way. I've lost my grandchildren through it. But you know what? If I was to start my life over again and do the same things again, would I change it? No. I would probably change not going with my ex, don't get me wrong. But, you know, if I had to lose my grandkids to find my own happiness and to find love again, yes, I would sacrifice all of that for me, because at the end of the day, life's too short. And that's what Sarah Lou's got to do. Yep, time to put yourself first. Always put yourself first. And those that don't let you go, well, you cut the ties, right? Remember, nobody has control over Sarah Lou. They might, some people might think that they do, but they don't. Ultimately, nobody controls Sarah Lou. Sarah Lou is free to do what Sarah Lou wants to do. Just as well as Sarah Lou can cut whoever she wants out of her life as well. And just surround herself with the people that do matter. Yes, it's hard cutting people away that don't. I've been away from my ex for 8 years. My ex still tries to cause shit. Pardon my French, but he does. He tries to find out where I am on social media. He will try and mentally abuse my autistic son to try and get to me. He will try everything in his power. And I've been divorced for 6 years from him. I've been away from him for 8 years, but I divorced him 6 years ago. He even hid from the divorce papers so that he would still have control of me as his wife, even though I was with my partner. That's how sick my ex was. Talk about somebody that just doesn't let go. And the worst of it was, I left him as well, not just for the abuse, but because he was having an affair behind my back. So he was having an affair behind my back anyway, but he wanted his cake and still eat it. He still wanted the wife that he could control, he could abuse, and he could harm, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So, of course, he hid from the divorce papers. But I found out where his current girlfriend at that time stayed. I gave the lawyer his girlfriend's address. She signed his divorce papers when he was at work. Job done, I got divorced. He wasn't happy about it, but hey ho. Things happen, and sometimes we just have to keep going. There is nothing more that my ex's family want, including my daughter, is to see me off social media. In the past, they've tried to block me off Facebook. They've tried to report all my posts in the past. They've tried to influence friends, etc., in the hope that I would go away and stop doing what I'm doing. Not going to happen. She did get my original Facebook blocked because she got all my ex's family to send in reports about everything I was doing. And Facebook shut down my account. I lost all my photos from when I was young, etc. I could have gave up there and then, but that just made me more determined. So I opened another account and used a slightly different name. And then went on to Instagram, and they found me on Instagram. and started reporting and making fake accounts on my Instagram. So I reported their accounts as fake. I'm still on Instagram. They're not. Job done. So, yes, you're going to have the haters in life. You're going to have people that won't let go, that are going to keep wanting to chip away at Sarah Lou. But just keep walking away, and every time you follow, walk away. You'll get there in the end. Stay strong, and remember, you've got this. Oh, thank you. Yes, fresh start from tomorrow. Tomorrow is a new day. Hello, Rochelle. Lovely to see you. Love the hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sarah Lou, I can't wait to see your new journey. Please keep in touch. Let me know how you're getting on. You've just, you're a wonderful soul. Never let anyone dim your light again, okay? It's time for Sarah Lou. Thank you so much for joining the live because you got that message. I feel you needed to hear that message tonight, so thank you so much. Okay, so we have now got 4 more to read before the end of the night. Exactly, Lenny. Oh, I love the positivity in here tonight. It is just wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, Mandy Barney now is our next one. I'm just going to take a sip of my fruit cocktail. Keep hydrated. Okay, let's shuffle the cards. Yay, Mandy's there with the purple hearts. Hello, Mandy. Thank you for being so patient. Okay, as I'm shuffling these cards, I've got a little dog beside me. It's a little white dog. I'm trying to think of the breed. It's a little white Scotty dog. So there is if somebody knows of a little, I feel it's a little terrier. I'm being told it's a little terrier. I feel it's a male dog, and it's pure white. So if anyone knows of if anyone has lost or knows of somebody that has a dog in spirit, which is a little white terrier, it's here. It's just made an appearance. I don't know who the dog belongs to or who it's wanting to connect with. So I don't know if anyone can place a little terrier dog. I feel its name was Benji. It's telling me Benji. Benji comes to mind. There's a little dog in spirit by the name of Benji. Cute little thing. Doesn't matter if no one can place this little dog. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Do ask your friend when you see your friend if this dog was called Benji. But it's a little white terrier. It's like a little. I would call it like a Scotty dog. It looks like one of those little Scotty dogs. They've got kind of the white, short white hair, but it's quite wiry hair. My grandmother used to have one called Bingo. So I was just trying to remember the breed, but I think it's a Scottish Terrier. But it's pure white. And even if the dog's name's not Benji, that's absolutely fine, because there could be the dog and somebody called Benji. But it could be two different people. I just get the dog beside me and then I got the name Benji. Whether the two are connected, I don't know, or whether they're two separate things. Maybe the dog's just the dog and there is somebody in spirit called Benji. Oh, bless. It could well be. It could well be. Okay. So let's see what the cards have to say for Mandy. Now, for anyone that has put their name down on my list for the profile, that's on my profile, I will be doing a couple of profile readings tomorrow during the day. Okay. Okay, Mandy, you have got the Eight of Swords, and this card looks scary, but it's not as scary as it may seem. You have a lot of people around you, and you love to socialize. You love to be the heart and soul of the party. And you're very trusting. You've got a very trusting, open nature about you, okay? And you have no reason whatsoever to doubt people's honesty or to doubt people's worth. So you normally try and take people at face value. So basically, if somebody comes to you and basically says that they're friends or whatever, and they're agreeing with everything you do and everything you say, and it's so easy to trust people. But that can often leave us blinded as well. And when things start going wrong, we don't know which direction it's come from. So a lot of the time, if you've got a lot of friends, it's hard to decipher when one of those friends betray us. And that could be through Chinese whispers. It could be they want to try and influence other friends that are around you. And then maybe things creeping out of the woodwork that are getting back to you. Because ultimately, if one person talks about you behind your back, somewhere along the line it's going to get back to you. It's going to have that ripple effect, and it's going to get back to you, even though they try not to. Because one of your true friends is going to betray them in the end, if that makes sense. Right, okay. Thank you, Danny. Thank you so much. Yeah. So when that comes, it's so hard then to look back and say, where's this come from? Where did this start? Because the thing with people that come into our lives and betray us by what I call Chinese whispers, they go around your friends, right? My ex was an expert at it. He went round all my family and friends and made me out to be the nagging wife, the unfaithful wife that had affairs behind his back. I wish. But this is how he betrayed me. I didn't find out half of that until I left him. And it was actually somebody that was surprised that I had actually left him and actually told me about some of the stories that he had spread. So even, I had a friend of 27 years that I trusted, and I told her everything. She ended up being my ex's best friend behind my back. So everything I was telling her went straight back to my ex. And I suffered for it. He wouldn't, obviously, I could never work out how my ex was always one step ahead about me trying to protect myself from his abuse. And I could never understand it until I actually left the abuse and found out that the friend that I thought was a friend was actually the one that betrayed me all along. It took me 30 years to find that out. She was my friend for 27 years. And that was a hard blow to realize that your bestie friend for all those years had betrayed you. And this is, I feel, there's a situation going on around you that is very, very similar. There's a lot of ripples. Somebody is rippling the waters around your friends, if that makes sense. All right? And it's hard to tell who is doing the stirring, right? Who is stirring the pot, because one person tells one person and that person tells another and that person tells another. And it's really, really difficult when you're in the middle of all that to find out who was the actual original source. Where did this information that was coming around about you come from, if that makes sense? Hello, Cami. Yeah. So in your case, it's now a time for sit back and silently observe those around you. Watch their actions and their words. And do it as a little bit of elimination. You could even set little traps for them. I used to set traps when I found out my friend wasn't my friend. I would deliberately tell her things that I wanted my ex, to know. And I knew that if he found out what I wanted him to know in the first place, I found my source. If it didn't reach him, I didn't find my source. So find ways to eliminate those around you so that you can find the source of who it is that is muddying the waters. You may have an idea as to who it is, but all of this has made you question your trust. And it's a little bit more difficult now for you to trust people around you. And quite rightly so. Because when you've got people betraying you left, right and centre and you just don't know where the source is coming from, then trust goes out the window, doesn't it? And it's really, really hard to get that trust back. Sometimes it's a case of just speaking your truth and unraveling the lies that somebody's already told you. So if it's got back to you that somebody has said this, that, and the next thing about you that isn't true, speak your piece and just say, well, do you know what? Why not ask me if it's true or not, rather than listening to everybody else, and speak your truth. I told everyone that went against me the truth. They chose to believe my ex, including my own sister. That's their choice. I walked. If my truth was not good enough for them, and they wanted to believe the lies of others, then they were the ones that had to pay the consequence of losing their good friend. There are so many people in my past that realised that my ex told a whole lot of pack of lies, and they tried to come crawling back and saying, look, I'm so sorry, I was blind, can you forgive me? No. You made your choice. You chose his word over mine. I've moved on. I'm not the same person I was back then. But I wish you well with life. Sometimes we just have to make that cut. Never allow this situation to change your good heart. Right? You have got a good heart. And keep that good heart for the ones that deserve it. The ones that are true to Mandy. As far as the ones that are not true to Mandy, wish them well and let them go. It's your turn to shine. And you will find out the one that's betrayed you in the end. Oh, I'm so glad. I know what it's like to have, so many people around you and you just don't know who it is that's stirring the cauldron, as I call it. But do you know what? I'm a firm believer that the truth comes out in the end. And usually what you find is the one that's actually stirring the cauldron is the one that people turn against. So sit back and let karma do its thing. Karma is a wonderful worker, and karma will reveal the perpetrator or the traitor in the end. It always does. But in the meantime, you keep being the amazing you. And the right people will stand by you. And those that don't stand by you, they don't matter anyway. So I'm so glad you can resonate with this card. And I know it's going to sort itself out. Yeah, me too. Yep, I've seen karma work so many times. Karma's, I'm a witch, I'm a traditional witch. And karma is a witch's best friend, let me tell you. It's kind of why a lot of people will say, you're still so positive after everything that you've went through. How can you be so positive? Because I know that the wrongs that have been done to me in the past, karma is just waiting and biding its time. It's like a snake in the grass. It will sit, or a lion, it will sit and watch its prey until it has a clear shot, and then bang, karma gets them every time. So all you need to keep doing is being Mandy and let karma do its thing, and it will. You're more than welcome. Okay, so we've got Kenrix, Kim, and Welshie. So I'm going to get my cards and shuffle the cards for Kenrix. I'm so glad Danny's little dog came through today as well. It's still here, by the way, Danny. Do you want it? I think it's made its home at my feet. Love it. I love it when animals come and visit. I'm an animal lover myself. I've got 2 African grey parrots. They were my mum's birds before my mum sadly passed over into spirit in 2009. And my stepdad was going to sell them and put them in a big parrot aviary. But the 2 parrots have been together for years and I didn't want them split up. So I inherited the squawky parrots. And luckily my partner accepted them as well, so that was all good. Both of them used to talk, but my ex, when I was working one day, I think my ex did something to the little one, who was the tamest out of the 2. my guides tell me that he put his hand round this little parrot's neck and squeezed it. And little Rio, the youngest parrot, has never been able to speak since. I keep giving it healing in the hope that it can whistle, but it can't speak anymore. And I just pray that karma will come his way. Oh, lovely. Oh, absolutely love that. Oh, I love robins. Robins brings messages from spirit. And I've no doubt the little Coco brought the robin to let you know that Coco is well and well. He's very much well and happy because he's just lying here at my feet. I think he likes me. Oh dear. Okay, let's shuffle these cards for Kenrix. Hello, Black Beauty. Oh, you're more than welcome. Yes, he has. Animals are always drawn to me. Honestly, I can walk down the street and a dog will come and the owner will say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, the dog will bite." You know, he's a biter, but he ends up licking me rather than biting me. But I seem to have a way with animals. I just love animals, and I hate people that are cruel to them. Luckily, I'm a Reiki master, so little Rio gets a lot of Reiki healing from me, and I'm not giving up on him, even though he's not spoke for 8 years. He's starting to come out with a little bit more sounds, and I'm a firm believer if you give enough love and healing to an injured animal, it makes such a difference. Love the red and the purple hearts. Thank you for the lights, Kenrix. Okay, let's see what the cards have in store for Kenrix. Okay. Wow, we've got more swords coming out for Kenrix, but in a good way. I feel you give yourself 24/7. You're always on the go, and there's never any Kenrix time, right? And I also feel that you try and help people the best that you can along life's way. And some people accept that help, and others throw it back in your face. And it's like, well, I've gave you nothing but love and help and support, and you've just threw it back at me, kind of thing. You're a giver. You would rather give your last and help somebody and put yourself last. But sometimes when we do that, we let down our guards to the point where we leave ourselves vulnerable. We're the ones that are hurting. We're the ones that are putting ourselves last. And time goes by and we find that there's not enough hours in the day for Kenrix, but there's plenty hours in the day for everybody else. But over time, that is going to have a huge effect, if it hasn't already, on your mental health and your physical well-being as well, and emotional well-being. Because sometimes if we're burning the candle at both ends, helping other people, and we're not helping ourselves, something has to give. And it's usually our health that goes first. So what this card is saying is time to actually take time out for you. As you can see in this card, a person is, leaving a lot of the swords, which represent problems and other people's problems and troubles, and sailing away from it all, taking a break, taking a vacation, taking some time out. Sometimes it's a case of saying, you know what, I'd love to help you today, but I need to sort myself out first. And that's hard for you to do because you're a giver rather than, and you always put yourself last. But sometimes, especially when this card comes into the fray, it's letting you know, well, this is kind of Spirit giving you a friendly tap on the shoulder, a friendly warning that if you keep going at the rate that you're going, helping other people, it's Kenrix that's going to suffer, if that makes sense. And sometimes, even when you're too tired to help somebody, you still go out your way and help. If the phone goes in the middle of the night, you're the one that's up and away. And sometimes, you don't sleep, is what I'm being told. Sleep is very difficult for you. And that's because when you go to bed at night, you're sitting there thinking about, or lying there thinking about everybody else's problems that they've brought to your door. And you're like, oh gosh, Mrs. Smith came to me the day and I hope she's all right. I hope what I told or did for her has helped. Oh, what about Johnny down the road? Oh my gosh, he's been through so much. And your mind just keeps ticking over with everybody else's problems and everybody else's trials and tribulations. And it's affecting your sleep, it's affecting your emotional well-being. But most importantly, it's draining the energy away from you. Hello, Sammy. Yeah, definitely. So it's now time for Kenrix. This card is letting you know what? It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, you know what? For a few days, I won't be in town. For a few days, you're going to have to get help from somebody else. Even if it's going away for a weekend retreat, whether it's going for a spa weekend, getting your hair done, just taking, book a little weekend break at the seaside. I love to walk in nature. I love that we live next to a huge forest, and when I'm stressed out or things are getting on top of me, I just basically turn off my phone and everything, and I'll say, well, I'm away to the woods. There's no phone, there's no Wi-Fi there, there's just me, trees and nature, and I'm as happy as Larry. And that's my healing place. So it's a case of finding your healing place, turning the phone off, locking the house up for the day, just taking time out for you, getting away from society for a little while, and spending Kenrix time. Make sure that you're spending at least half an hour every day just for you. Even if that means turning off the phone for that half hour. Even if that means locking the doors and turning the lights down low, or shutting the curtains to make out that you're not in. Doesn't matter what you have to do. Make sure you have time for you now. Hello, Sammy. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. We all wish we could change the world, right? And we could help the world. But there's trillions of people in the world. We would definitely do ourselves an injury, and we would definitely be, it's the same as when I do my readings at night. I would love to read for absolutely everybody that comes on my live. But I set a limit to 8 people per live because, one, I like to take my time with the cards. you know, you go on TikTok sometimes, and I've watched other readers on TikTok, and they're kind of getting their cards, aren't they? And they're like, this is your card, right? Next one, this is your card, this is your... I can't do that. I don't know how they do it. I couldn't do that. My mind would be blown. Because it takes me a couple of minutes for Spirit to give me the readings, to be able to read the card for you. That's how I work. And I would really, really love to read for absolutely everyone at night, but I would be here for a week. So I set, this is why when I do come live, I only do 8 readings. I pick 8 names out every time I go live. But I'm saying that I also have another little mini readings list on my profile. So if you didn't make my live list, you can go to my profile. I do have on the 3rd pinned post, it's called the readings list post. If you ask for a card on that, I reply and let you know that you're on my list. And then in my spare time, I do go through that list and I do little mini readings on my profile, and I tag your name on that profile. So even I have to set my own limits, and this is what this card is asking you to do, Kenrick. It's time to say to yourself, okay, every day I'm going to help X amount of people, 6 people, and I'm not going to go any more than 6 people. And if anyone else over that 6 needs help or advice that particular day, they're going to have to come back tomorrow. And stick to your boundaries. We always have to make our cut-off point. We always have to make our boundaries. I know for a fact if I was to do more than 8 readings in a night, I would be mentally, emotionally, and physically drained, because I'm continually getting messages from Spirit that I'm giving it to you. A lot of people will say, oh, you know, Lady Moonlight's wise. It's not me that's wise. I'm just relaying. I'm the messenger. Spirit help me pick the card. Spirit tell me what the card meaning is, and I tell you. That's how it kind of works. And a lot of people say to me, but how do you know that? You don't know me, but you're describing my life. No, I don't know you, but guess what? My guides do. Right? My guides know exactly who everyone else in this room is. I don't know what all of your life, you know, if I was to shut off from my guides and pick a card for Kenrick's, I wouldn't be able to tell you what Kenrick's card means, because I've shut off Spirit. So because Spirit door is always open when I'm reading, I have to set my own boundaries, because I don't want Spirit to wear me out, but also I don't want to wear Spirit out either. So this is your card as well. This is what this means for you. As you said, you've not done that for years. You've not had Kenrick's time for years. Well, you're overdue it. Well overdue it. All right? So it's time to schedule everybody. Get them to make appointments with you. There you go. Just say, if you want my help or advice, ask me if I'm free. If I'm not free, you're just going to have to come back tomorrow. But put you first, right? You've got to put your mental, emotional, and physical well-being above everyone else. Because if you don't, sooner or later, something's going to have to give, and your health is going to give. And when your health goes, you're not good to man or beast anyway. And, you know, Mother Nature has a way of kind of saying to us, slow down or I'll stop you myself. I.e., you either slow down and take time for Kenrick's, or I'm going to take your health away to a point where you're going to be bedridden for a week or 2. And when you're bedridden because you're not feeling well, or you're just mentally and emotionally drained, you can't help anybody anyway. So Mother Nature has a great way of saying, if you don't give yourself some rest, Mother Nature will. So Definitely find some more time now for Kenrix. And know that it's absolutely okay to set boundaries, and it's absolutely okay to say no now and again. Or even, I can't help you today, but if you come back tomorrow, I'll be able to help you. People, if people truly understand, they'll wait a day or two for you to help them out. Or they'll just find somebody else to help them out as well. Remember, no man's or no woman is an island. So I hope that has helped. Yay! I'm so glad. Oh, you're more than welcome. Hello, Sammy. I do private readings. If you go to my website on my profile, I think it's on the 4th page is all the details about my private readings. My private readings I do on Facebook Messenger. And it's usually £25 for an hour reading, or I also do photo readings, but all the information's on my website. But you can also ask for a mini card reading, which is free, on my profile. I'm doing some profile readings tomorrow, so if you put your name down on my profile post, it's the 3rd pinned post on my profile. It has readings listed at the top, and just ask for a card. I'll let you know you're on my list. And when I do some more little mini readings tomorrow, when I get to your name, I'll do a little reading and tag your name on that. I'm so glad it helped, Kenrix, and I'm so glad you managed to get a reading tonight. And lovely to meet you as well. It's always nice meeting new people. Okay, so we now have Kim, our very own Kim. Thank you everyone for the follows, the likes, the gifts and the shares. You are all amazing. I'll tell you, if anybody's never tried the collagen supplement Glow, you're missing out. It is absolutely amazing. I love it. Helps with my skin. I love all my natural supplements. I'm a reader, I'm a Reiki healer, but I also promote natural supplements and health and beauty products, because the world has got too much chemicals. Mother Nature is suffering because of the chemicals that we are polluting the earth with. So part of my calling is not just helping people with readings and spiritual and Reiki healing, but it's also educating people that there are alternatives to chemical-filled pharmaceutical medicines, which are doing you more harm than good. I can't remember the last time I went to a doctor, probably years ago, because I just don't like pharmaceutical medicines. I would rather keep my health good with herbal. Yay, I'm so glad Kim got a card on her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Come on everybody, let's join in. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Kim. Happy birthday to you. Let's see some hearts for Kim's birthday, folks. Share those hearts for Kim's birthday. Yay, let's have a group birthday gift. Share those hearts for Kim. Love it. Happy birthday, Kim. Let's see what your birthday card has got to say. Oh, I'm so glad you got picked on your birthday as well. There you go. Yay! Birthday party tonight for Kim. I love the positivity in this room. It's so great. And thank you for Danny for keeping the peace. I know that Danny has silenced a few troublemakers tonight and muted some. So thank you, Danny. She is my eyes and my ears when I am busy reading. She does a great job. She's a star. And she's my sister. So, yeah. That's why we have a peaceful room. If you're coming into the room to be negative or to destroy the peace and calm in our little spiritual circle, Danny's going to get the broom and sweep you out the door. We don't do negative people here. We do positivity, love, and kindness. And we do happy birthdays for Kim as well. That's how we roll. There you go. You got loads of birthdays. Oh, thank you, Flower Girl. That's how I roll. I don't do negativity. I always do love and kindness, and Danny knows my standards. So Danny's been under the weather this last little while, so bless her. But she's back, and I'm so glad she's back because we've missed her. She is amazing. Okay. 9 of Wands for you, Kim. I love this. You put your heart and soul into everything that you do as far as hobbies, projects, career, etc. go. You know what you want in life and you're not afraid of the hard work to get there. There may be times when you think this isn't going right, or I'm getting tired, and sometimes you feel like giving up. But this card is asking you to look back at the foundations you've already started to build. Look at the hard work that you've actually put in place already. You've done so much. And yes, there's still a little bit to do, but you're going to get there. Good night, Kenrix. I'm so glad, Kenrix. Oh, thank you for the likes. Yes, you do, and I'm so glad you do. It's always lovely to see you here. Okay, so going back to Kim. You're a bit of a perfectionist is what this card is saying, and sometimes when things don't quite go right, it niggles you, and you put your tools down for a little while, and you think, I'll just try again tomorrow, or I'll put it away till tomorrow, or I'll put it away to the next day. And you stop doing what you're doing for a little while. But what this card is saying, you know what? If at first you don't succeed, try again till you get there. It's okay having a break, but don't allow that break to last too long, because often if we down tools too long, it's harder to get back into the swing. Whereas in the past, you've worked with momentum, if that makes sense. You've kept going, you know what you've wanted right from the start, and you know what it takes to get there. So you've been working step by step by step, taking the necessary steps to get to where you want to be. And sometimes along that road, we can hit stumbling blocks or hurdles that can slow us down and kind of slow down the motivation, as it were. But don't allow it to slow you down too much that you actually stop. Hello, Gamble Girl. Yeah, and you know, sometimes the fibromyalgia, that's exactly what this card is saying. Sometimes health and stuff can get in the way, or obstacles can get in the way, and we have to take a break, and that's absolutely okay. But also, you know, if something is stopping you, find ways of getting around that. A good thing that, a good example of that is when I lost my vision through the operation gone wrong. My first thought is, what the hell am I going to do now? You know, I've not got a full-time job. You know, I was lucky that I had paid into a private pension while I was working, and I got retired at the age of 50. I'm now 57. And I was kind of glad that I was in the situation where I could retire. But living on a small pension, you know, wasn't a lot, but it was enough to see me through. And I thought, I need to do something else with my time. What am I going to do with no vision, no job, etc.? And, you know, it was my partner that basically said, look at what you have got. You can read cards. You can do spiritual readings. You can send healing all around the world. Using large magnifiers, you can do makeup and skincare demonstrations. And you can teach other people with disabilities how to do that. I love playing music. And I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to play music because my fingers started to get arthritic pain and stiffness in my fingers. And the thought of not being able to play my instruments again was so heartbreaking that I decided I can't take medicines from the GP, so I'm going to find my own remedies. And I found a wonderful company that exactly had my same standards, which was Avera. And I found a supplement that took away my arthritic, painful fingers. I've now got more movement in the joint as well, in my joints as well. You know, I'm 57. I have a few hormonal issues. Again, I found balance. And balance not only helped with the hormonal side of things, but it was an added boost because balance has got natural ingredients in it that help with all sorts of things like nerve pain, such as fibromyalgia, etc. But it also helps with joint pain, which was great for my arthritis. It also helped with my mum tum, right? Because when you get older, we start bloating and it's hard to lose that mum tum. So it all helped with that. So yes, obstacles can come in our way. It's a case of saying, right, this is the obstacle. So how am I going to get rid of this obstacle so that I can continue doing what I want to do and get motivated to do what I want to do? There's always a way around an obstacle. It's just a case of finding that route. Keep motivated. You're good at what you're doing. Don't let something like your fibromyalgia stop that motivation. Find ways around helping to ease your fibromyalgia. Once you find those solutions, then you've got the motivation and the energy to keep doing what you need to do. But don't allow, I never let anything, I always find ways round about my health. If something deters me health-wise, I always find a way around it, because the thought of me not doing my readings, the thought of me not doing my healing, the thought of me being sick and not being there for my partner or for my son, etc., just scares the hell out of me. So I do what I need to do to keep my health going so that I can be here for everybody else. And this is what this card is saying to you. Look how far you've come in your life so far. Yes, you're going to hit obstacles. You're going to hit days where your health is going to batter the hell out of you. But it's a case of finding ways round that. And there are always ways round it. I always say, where there's a chemical-filled pharmaceutical pill, there is a better natural remedy. I've always believed that. It took me 50 years to find somebody or a company that had the same standards as I have, that I can't do pharmaceuticals. It has to be herbal and it has to be top quality herbs. And it has to work for me. And that's kind of how I got round a lot of my issues. My partner is my second eyes when I can't see things. Within our own home, I know where everything is because everything is strategically placed so that I know where everything is. I know where my cards are. I know where my healing stuff is. I know where my altar is and stuff. But when I'm out in the big bad world, my partner's with me a lot of the time, and street signs, even reading a menu in a restaurant that's hanging on a wall behind a bar, is things that I can't do, but my partner is more than happy to do all of that for me. So there's always a will, where there's a will, there's always a solution around it. Sometimes it's just a case of looking for that solution, if that makes sense. Oh, thank you. If spirit choose to come through, they will. Oh, bless. Yeah, I know that feeling as well. You know, I remember I was doing lives on Facebook for years, and I didn't mind that cause I had less than 200 friends on my friends list. So to me, that wasn't such a big deal. It wasn't such a big audience. And then one of my friends in America, Tracy, had said, "Oh, try TikTok. You'll get more followers and you'll be able to do lives on there if you get your first 1,000 followers." And I said, "Well, you know what? I'll go on TikTok and I'll do a few little mini readings or whatever else, but going live, I'm not sure." Let me tell you, if you saw my first live on TikTok, it was a walking disaster. One, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Two, I didn't have any moderators. And three, I was kind of like, how the heck am I going to see people's comments, and deal with it all? And I was dumbsmacked, and I could have actually gave in then. And I thought, you know what? No, I'm not going to give in. I'm going to keep going. And now I've made wonderful friends here on TikTok. And And it's the best decision that I ever made was to come away from Facebook. I still do my Spiritual World of the Mystic Witch group on Facebook and my Purple Hearts Unite group on there. In fact, tomorrow I'm hoping to share my story. I'm going to do a live in there tomorrow, I think, and share my story. So if anyone is on Facebook and they want to join the Purple Hearts Unite group, go to my website, and all my social media links are on that website. Oh, bless. Yep. But yeah, sometimes we have to break through our own fears and find ways of overcoming our fears and coming away from our comfort blankets. The easiest thing in the world is to stay in our comfort blanket. The hardest thing in the world is to come out of that comfort blanket and face the world and try and find solutions to things. But when you make that first step, scary though it may be, you'll find it such a revelation, and it does give you the freedom. Thankfully now I've got a supportive partner who supports everything I did, but before, when I was with my evil ex, I never left the house unless I went to work. And a lot of the time I would work 24/7 if I could, just to not go home. That was the situation I was in at that time. It was like I had to take on extra shifts so that I wouldn't be home. But then I missed my son and I missed my parrots. But then I knew that when I was home, I had to face the abuse, as well as trying to be a mom and a grandmother and stuff like that. I got a lot of migraine headaches. My health started to suffer massively because I was burning the candle at both ends just to try and avoid abuse. And when I got out, it was difficult getting out of that routine where, I would hardly go out, and my partner would say, you need to get out and about. But you get so set in your ways, and you get so frightened of the world and what's out there. But step by step, he fixed my broken wings and taught me how to fly again. And now I can do a lot of things on my own that I never ever believed, with no vision, that I could ever do. And I'm so grateful for that, and for his strength, and for standing by me. And that's what I like to encourage everyone else to do. Never allow your health conditions to stop you from being the best that you can be. There's always solutions out there. There's always ways around it. I spend probably, a lot of people will say to me, you spend a lot of money on your herbal supplements when you can go to a GP and get a prescription for nothing. Yeah, I could go to the GP and get a prescription for nothing. But I know through past experience that the chemicals in the medicines that are given me are going to make me a hell of a lot worse than better, because I can't do the chemicals that's in medicines. So I would rather spend what money I have left over on my health and put that first. As long as I've got our bills paid and food on the table, anything that's left over, I'm quite happy to spend on me, even if it means having my natural supplements, which taste bloody good anyway. I'm always hydrated as well, because I'm drinking lots of water, because they get mixed with water. So never allow anything to get in your way, Kim. Find ways around it. For every problem on this earth, there's always an answer. Sometimes you just have to dig deep. to find that answer. And sometimes it's just a case of surrounding ourselves with supportive friends that said, you've got this. Let's do this together. Right? And that's what it's about. My inbox is always, always open for anyone who's got emotional problems, anything that they are struggling with. I can help them out so much. Honey, just as you said that, I've just heard your granddad says he's always been there. You don't have to wait for him to come through, sweetheart, because he's already there. Right? He was there when you woke up this morning, he's saying. Because it's your birthday, he would not miss your special day. All right? So he's saying, just because you can't see him or sense him, he knew you wanted him to be there on your birthday. And he says he wouldn't have missed it for the world. It was just as you said that, he just wanted to let you know. He's saying, you've always been in his heart. You've always been special to him. And I know that he means the world to you, and he knows you miss him very, very much. And he knows that he's on your mind an awful lot just now. But he's saying if he could give you a huge hug right now, he would. But he's saying, do you know what? He's going to do something a little bit better than that. He's going to send you spiritual healing. Because he says, I can do that from where I am. I can send her some healing. And that's his birthday gift to you. He wants you to know that he's only a whisper away. And he knows when you said tonight, I wish my granddad would come through. Wishes are granted on birthdays, he's saying. Light a candle, make a wish. I don't know if that's something that your granddad always said, but that's exactly what he's coming out with. Light a candle, make a wish, and your wish is granted. You wanted him to come through. He didn't want to disappoint. Oh, bless. He says you just did. Your granddad says, please tell Kim. Kim just told me herself that she loves me. He says that I don't have to tell him. He's already heard you. As he says, he's only a whisper away, sweetheart. All right? So when you say to me, tell him that you love him, he's already heard that. And that's what he wants you to remember. That even if you're thinking about him, he knows. Whether you're speaking out loud, whether you're typing out, I wish my granddad was with me tonight, it doesn't matter. He knows. And he always answers. Even if you don't hear him, he always answers. And he's asking you to watch out for white feathers. He wants to prove to you that he's always around. So he's asking you to watch for white feathers. All right? And he says he sometimes visits you in your dreams. He doesn't know whether you remember those dreams or not, but he does try to communicate with you through your dreams. So keep a dream journal, because he's gonna try and communicate with you through your subconscious mind, which is our dream time. Yep. Yeah, you were just going to say, can he show he was here? He's just letting you know ways that he's going to let you know that he's here. All right? Through feathers, white feathers. So he's saying always look down at your feet, because you may miss one or two. Because he's been leaving white feathers, but he's also been in your dreams as well. So, you know, if you want to clear your third eye and your crown chakra so that you're leaving your mind a lot open, or your third eye and your crown chakra open to receive dreams from him, just before you go to bed at night, take your middle finger of your left hand and place it on your third eye. Your middle finger of your right hand and place it on your crown. And just very lightly butterfly taps. What that does, it gently moves blockages away from the third eye and the crown. And it leaves the third eye and the crown chakra open. Then when you fall asleep, if you do that every night, you're going to get more vivid dreams, and you're more liable to remember your dreams in the morning. Then before you get out of bed in the morning, write down anything that you remember in your dreams. And you'll probably be amazed to find that your granddad leaves you a lot of things in your dreams. Yeah, definitely. And that, you know, that's something that we can all do. It's a simple way of clearing your chakras, and you can clear any chakra that way. Vibration clears your chakras. Sometimes a lot of stress, illness, problems, if you've got pain, fibromyalgia pain, or whatever else, we can bring healing into the situation simply by tapping the chakras. Those that don't remember dreams, tap your third eye and your crown chakra every night before you go to bed. Just gentle taps. Do it for 4 or 5 minutes. One, you'll start to feel relaxed, as if you could just go nod off to sleep. It's great for insomnia too, if you can't sleep and you struggle to sleep. If you clear these 2 chakras, it's going to make such a big difference, because it's going to calm the mind, and it's going to help you drift off to a better night's sleep. Your dreams will start to get more vivid. You'll be able to increase your memory a lot better with that as well. Again, you can do the same with your throat chakra. Take your left hand and just tap your throat chakra. Maybe you've got something to say to something and you're a little bit worried about it. A lot of people get worried if they have to make a speech. Simply tap your throat chakra before you have to make the speech, and that's going to free up your speech. If you've been hurt, you can tap your heart chakra. If you've got problems and troubles, you can take your left hand and tap your solar plexus chakra, and your right middle finger for your sacral chakra, and just tap them. So you can clear chakras just by gently tapping on them. He's letting you know, yes, he did. He's already met them, because he was there the day that they were born. All right, so he says, again, light that candle, make a wish, it comes true. He would not have missed the birth of his grandkids. Yes, he sees them every single day. So he wants you to know that as well. He says he may not be able to hold them physically, right, and give them great granddad, give them granddad hugs. But on saying that, he can give them spiritual hugs, which he often does. He wants you to know how proud he is of you and what you've overcome. You know, he loves the proud, strong woman that you've become. And he wants you to know that. There's not an event in your life that he will ever miss. If it's important events to you, such as, new life coming into the world, weddings, parties, anniversaries, he's there. Christmas time, he's there. Easter, he's there. Right? All the events that your granddad used to attend when he was on the earth plane with you, he still attends. He wouldn't miss them for the world, and he wants you to know that. Definitely do that. You're more than welcome. Isn't it just? And such, your granddad has such a lovely way with him. But I feel that he was the type of man that when it came to his family, he was very protective over his family. He had a heart of gold, but when he needed to be tough and dish out the tough love, he says he could dish out the tough love just as much as he could the kind love. But he said, you know what? He wouldn't have done it any different anyway, because his tough love, as well as his kind-heartedness love, he says, look at the family that he's so proud of now. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely a true gentleman. This very rare gentleman like your granddad in this world. He was like old school. He was like, yeah, he'll go out his way to love and help anyone, but woe betide you if you mess with his family. And he's very much still like that. He says, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. He's very protective and caring over all his family. And he just wanted to let you know that he's there. And he said, you know what? If you need to, set an extra plate at Christmas time because he'll be there. Yes, he does. She says, of course he does. She was his life. They were soulmates, you know. He says, sometimes, your nana needed a medal for putting up with him, but do you know what? He loves her dearly. And he says, even when you pass over onto the other side, love never dies. It just continues. And he still loves her today as much as he loved her when he was on earth. Good night, Rochelle. So I hope that helps. Does your nana have a photo of him on the... I see a fireplace, like a mantelpiece. And I see a photo in a frame on the mantelpiece. Don't know if you can take that, but he's showing me this large fireplace, and there's little knickknacks on the fireplace, or on the mantelpiece, as I used to call the old fireplace's mantelpiece. But in the center, he's showing me this old photo in a frame. I don't know if you can take that. Okay. This fireplace that he's showing me is white. It's kind of like white stone. So I don't know if it's a memory that he's sharing of him. Whether it was his home, i.e. your Nana's home, or whether it was a home that he had. But I see he's showing me this photo in a frame that's always polished. Somebody's always polishing a photo of him. There's a photo of him on display. All right. Did your Nana have a photo in a frame that smashed? Do you know if your Nana had a photo that was on display and it was in like a glass frame and the frame smashed? And I feel she never ever got a new frame for it. The photo's maybe in a photo album. All right, I'm maybe going to Flower Girl then. Flower Girl, did you know somebody that did your Nan have a photo on a fireplace? And I feel that the frame broke, and she was upset about this frame breaking, and she never ever got the frame replaced. Okay, then the message is for you, Flower Girl. Again, it's okay. The is your grandmother's husband in spirit? Because it's a gentleman in spirit with your who's showing this photo frame being broken. Ah, okay. Okay. He's asking, do you know where the photo is? The photo that broke. He's asking whether you know where that particular photo was, the photo that broke in the frame. Yeah, Kim, your granddad has basically sent you love and he went away. But he's still with you. He's always with you, just a whisper away. But this person, this gentleman came through with a message for Flower Girl as well, which is lovely. Okay, the photo, the original photo, I feel that your granddad um, he's saying your gran is more concerned about where the original went because he knows that you've got a copy of that photo, but your gran wanted you to have the original, if that makes sense. But she's not sure who's got the original. Does that make sense? She is happy you've got a copy of that somewhere, but she really wanted you to have the original photo that was in that frame. And she says it doesn't matter if you don't know what happened to the photo. The main thing is, she says, you've got a copy of that photo. But she was just a little bit sad in some ways that you didn't get the original, because that was her intention, that you got the original photo. But she's glad in all of that you've got at least you've got the copy. No problem, Kim. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad your granddad did come in at the end. I had a funny feeling he would, because sometimes I don't shout for spirit. You guys shout for them, and I'm just the messenger in between. That's why I always say I can't bring spirit, your loved ones through. But you can. You folks can bring your loved ones through just by thinking of them. And if you think of them or you call on them, they often do come through. Maybe not always, but 9 out of 10 times, if you're persistent with it, they will hear and they will come through. Okay, we're going on to Welshie. Is our last one, our last reading of the night. And we've had some amazing readings tonight, absolutely amazing. I'm so glad you got that message as well, Flower Girl. How beautiful is that? Absolutely amazing. You're more than welcome. Hello, Grimes KK. As Danny says, the readings list is closed for tonight. I'm on the last reading of the night. I am back on Wednesday evening doing more readings, but I also have a mini readings list on my profile. It's on the third pinned post on my profile. If you comment card please, I can add you to that list, and in my spare time I do little mini readings on my profile for you. You're more than welcome. And of course, anyone is welcome to ask for a card from that list. Okay. Spirit are throwing my cards all over the place tonight for the last one. Right, let's give these a shuffle and get the energy flowing without Spirit chucking them all over the place. So I don't know, do we still have Welshie? Is Welshie still here with us? I don't know if we still have Welshie with us. But if we don't, I'll still read Welshie's card anyway. Because it gets shared onto my YouTube channel. Ah, there she is. Oh, no, that's Sarah shouting at Welshie. I just seen Welshie there, but it's Sarah Lou shouting Welshie. Do we still have Welshie? Hopefully we do. But if not, it doesn't matter. I will still read Welshie's card. And I will see if I can message her. If Welshie's followed me, I'll be able to message her and let her know that her card is on or will be on my YouTube channel. And my Facebook group as well. So if anyone wants to see any of my videos on YouTube or my Facebook group, which is the Spiritual World of the Mystic Witch, I also have the Purple Hearts Unite Facebook group for abused women and children and men. It's a private group. The links are in my bio on my website. So do check it out if you're interested in any of those groups. Okay. Right, I don't think we have Welshie. Good night, Flower Girl, and thank you for joining me. Okay, I'm going to just read Welshie's card and that will wrap up the readings for tonight. So when Welshie does get this card, hopefully on YouTube or my Facebook group, Page of Cups is Welshie's card. The page always relates to new emotions. And that can be through anything. It could be learning new things, coming out of your comfort zone, knowing that you've got to do something but afraid to do it. Page often speaks about learning curves. You know, for example, if we were going to school for the first day and you've never been to school before, it can be daunting. It's new emotions, it's new worries, it's new feelings. Are you going to meet friends there? Are you going to like school? Are you not going to like school? And even as adults, we can be faced with daunting things that we get anxious about. Could be a job interview. You might be worrying about exam results. You might be worrying about finding a new job. You might be worried about, finding Mr. Right or Mrs. Right without being hurt because you're afraid of being hurt. Whatever the case is, emotions are running rife at the minute. There's a lot of anxiety I feel around Welshie just now. But I feel that I'm being told that this worry and these emotions, you'll find out in the end that really there was absolutely nothing to worry about at all, because things are going to work out exactly how they're supposed to work out. All right. Yes, I feel you might be having to step a little bit out of your comfort zone and trying new things or going into unknown waters, as it were. But Spirit want you to know you've got this. There's nothing that you can't do and you can't achieve. Know that loved ones will support you no matter what you do in Spirit. Whether that's supporting you with a new job, whether that's supporting you with a new venture, or, you might be thinking about going back to college. A lot of people, even in their adulthood, decide they're going back to college or university. And that can be just as daunting for an adult to go back to a learning situation as it can be for a kid, right? Because you're going to think, oh, am I going to be the oldest person in the class? Am I going to be good enough for the class? Am I doing the right thing, or am I doing the wrong thing? I feel there's a lot of what ifs, and and you're kind of looking on the negative side rather than what could go right. So whenever you've got a negative thought about the situation that you're going to face, instead of saying, what if I fail, tell yourself, what if you succeed? Instead of saying, I can't do this, say yourself, yes, I can. I've got this. I can and I will do this. Instead of saying, what if people don't like me, say, what's there not to like about me? I'm a good person, so what's there not to like about me? Turn any negative thoughts, words, and actions into positive ones, and you've got this. It's not easy to do that. But if you really, really focus on the positives, every time you get a negative thought, change it for a positive one. We can always find a positive word or thought amongst the negative one. It was the same as when I mucked up on my first TikTok live. I could have quite easily said, no, I'm not going to do another live. But instead I turned it into positive and said, you know what? Yes, I am going to do another live. And yes, I am going to keep going because that's my calling. We can change a situation just with our own minds. Our minds are a powerful tool. Hello, Justin. And hello, Tracy. So never forget that there is we are in control of our own paths and our own destiny. And the doubts and the worries that we have are doubts and worries that we place there. Maybe subconsciously we down ourselves a lot, right? We tell ourselves, I can't do this. We tell ourselves, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. Or that person's better at the job than I am. Or that person's more successful than I am. I could never be as successful as her. Or I could never be as successful as him because he's much smarter, he's much brighter, he's much better looking than me. But truth is, he's not, or she's not, right? You are as good as you want to be. So it's a case of changing that mindset from a negative to a positive. And when you start learning to do that, that's when the magic happens. Because instead of saying, I can't do, you tell yourself, I will, and I'm going to do that. Instead of saying, what if I fail? Tell yourself, what if I succeed? Instead of saying, I'm not going to get this job. Tell yourself, yes, I am going to get this job. Because I know I've got the skills, I know I've got the qualifications, and I've got the know-how to do the job. So there's no reason why they can't give me the job because I'm the better person for the job. See how that sounds so much more positive than saying, what if I don't get the job? It's just a case of swapping negatives for positive. If a negative thought comes into our mind, change it to a positive. To change anything that's negative into a positive. If you tell yourself when you're going for a new home, for example, I want that house, but I don't think I'm going to get it. Change that. I want that house, so I'm going to go out and get it. That house is mine. I know I've got enough money for it. I know I've got, it's the ideal house for me. There's no obstacles other than me that's going to stop me from getting that house. And go and get it. Nothing stopping you getting that job. You just need to change your mindset. When we change our mindset, as human beings, we are more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. Right? Everything in the universe is connected. Our thoughts, words, and actions are connected with the universe. What we think, we manifest. What we put out, we get back. So if we put out positivity, we get positivity back. And that is where the magic happens. So many people are so negative around us. You just need to put on the news. And it's all negative. I've never yet watched a news program in the past and seen anything really uplifting and positive. Pretty much it's all doom and gloom. You listen to the politics. My ex used to be politics mad, and it drove my mind absolutely crazy because I couldn't listen to the negativity. I was so glad when I left my ex behind and had a positive partner who hated television and hated the news. Oh, thought I'd died and gone to heaven, let me tell you. Somebody that doesn't like politics. Yes. Somebody that doesn't like negativity. Yes. Somebody that has to be around positivity. Yes. He ticked all my boxes, and that's why we get on so great. Because if I don't cut out negative people around me, he will. And that's the key to being successful in life, is knowing your power and just going for it. There's nothing on this planet that you can't do if you put your mind to it. Manifest it. Say it. See it. Believe it. And feel it. And then watch the magic happen. Of course you can, Nikki. Oh, Big Linny, you're more than welcome. Nikki, yes, please do ask a question. I don't know if Nikki's still here, but yes, Nikki, if you're still here, you can ask a question, my love. Ah, is Nikki away? Okay. Nikki, what insight are you looking for? Insight into what? I don't know if Nikki needs some insight. What kind of insight are you looking for? Is it advice on something? Hello, Jessica. Reading your comment, no, I would actually have to do like a card reading, a specific card reading for you on that one. And it's only if the card gave the answer. Unfortunately, I'm not doing any more readings tonight because the readings list is closed. However, I do have a mini readings list on my profile here on TikTok. It's on the third pinned post on my profile. If you put card please on that, in my spare time I go along to that list. I will always comment to say that you're on my list, on my readings list for that profile. If you look at my past profile post, you'll see other readings that I've done, the little mini readings on my profile. What I do on my days off when I'm not busy is I go through that list, do little mini readings on my profile and tag your name in your reading so that you know that your reading is up on my page. Failing that, I am back again on Wednesday evening doing readings for 8 people. I always just choose 8 people on my lives because my readings do take a while to get through. Oh, you're more than welcome. Lovely to meet new people. So anyone's welcome to go along to my profile and ask for a card or to be put on the readings list on there. I do get round as many people as I can. So I'm doing a few tomorrow from that list during the day. When I get to your name on the list, I always tag your name in your reading so that you know that your reading's live on my post. Anyone that has missed anything from this live and would like to see it again, if you go to my profile here on TikTok, I've got my website link there. And on the second page of my website, is all my social media links, including my YouTube and my Facebook groups. I always share my TikTok lives that I do on my Lady Moonlight YouTube channel and the Spiritual World of the Mystic Witch on Facebook. I am back tomorrow night, but it is not a readings night tomorrow night, folks. I'm back doing a guided meditation. So if you're wanting a chill out night, come join me tomorrow, 10 p.m. UK time, and I will be doing a guided meditation that anyone can join me in. I teach you how to close your mind so that you get the best out of the meditation. And then after the meditation, we always usually just chat about what each other seen in the meditation. Did they see things? Did they see colors? Did they see faces? What did they feel through the meditation? Were they able to shut off in the meditation, etc.? So I kind of teach all things meditation. So I am back tomorrow night doing a meditation night. I will be back again on Wednesday night, 10 p.m, doing more readings for 8 people and card of the day. I'd like to thank Danny. Oh, bless Ellie. If it's a reading, Ellie, feel free to put your name down on my list on my profile, or I do readings on Wednesday night as well. Or if it's advice that you're looking for, you can DM me, and I can help with any guidance that anyone wants as well. So, even if I don't reply straight away, when I'm not doing lives, I'm busy doing healing for people, doing booked readings, because I do 1 hour long book readings as well, which are not the free readings, but my live readings are always for 8 people and they're always free. My profile readings list, they are little mini readings and they are free. But I do paid readings as well. They are 1 hour long Facebook messenger readings. All the details about my readings are on my website here on TikTok. So I look forward to joining you tomorrow night for meditation night. And then I'll be back again Wednesday doing more readings. But till then, thank you, Danny, for all your help tonight with moderating. You're a star as always, and it's just so good to have Danny back. And thank you to everyone for your likes, your follows, your shares, and your gifts. You are all amazing. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for meditation night. Love and blessings to everyone. See you all soon.